What does it mean to be moral or to have morals? An article written on Very Well Minds, published on April 22nd of 2024, says that morality isn't fixed. What is accepted in your culture might not be acceptable in another culture, and things like culture, geography, religion, family, and life all influence our morality. Today we'll see how religion places itself upon individuals' actions and provides moral guidance. The purpose of this is to understand why religion has a hold on our actions, from guiding ethical behavior, human rights, and the influence on today's society and how it holds up. It is important to understand religion and morals and how it helps us understand the world around us and better helps us coexist with one another. I'll be talking about how different religions and their teachings, the influence on human rights, and its influence on society, on today's society. Now going to my first point, I'll be seeing different religious teachings and how that affects our lives, and their views from right and wrong. So each religion has rules, or most religions have rules or ways to live a life, ways to live a just life. In Christianity, they have the 10 Commandments, and these commandments are like 10 laws to live your life, to live the life of God. An article by the Medium goes into this deeper, and they published this article on February 25th of 2023, saying that these commandments are a foundation for morals and ethical guidance. And they go into each one in detail, going to the first one saying, there's no God but one. Never use the Lord's name in vain, and have the holy day of Sabbath. Islam also has something similar to this, having the 5 pillars, being the pillar of faith, prayer, almsgiving, fasting, and pilgrimage. In which there are 5 different pillars, with each individual pillar having its own book on how to live a life, and each person practicing that religion should study these books. And Buddhism also has the precepts on how to live a life. And all these books have in common is that if you practice these teachings, you do get something out of it. Most being that you'll be accepted by God or by the God of that religion. Now let's talk about how the human rights aspect between morality and religion. We see how religious teachings affects individuals and human rights, and each religion promotes a principle of equality and mutual respect between one another. And an article on Bill Graham Evangelistic Association says this best, saying that the Bible teaches us to be more concerned about the needs and feelings of others rather than our own. And the reason I like that so much is because it's basically telling us to, no matter what someone else practices, no matter what someone else learns, that they have the right to do that. They have every right, that we should not discriminate against what they feel, how they feel. That we should respect one another for what we are, and each religion kind of are similar to one another, being like the Catholic Church says that any individual are allowed to practice what they believe in, that their God is just as real as our God. Muslims also have something similar, saying that it's okay, that we shouldn't discriminate against the other. And then finally, I'll go into my last points about how religious views on today's society and the historical aspect of it. And in saying this, like, between the 1800s and even the 1900s, religion was such a staple on humanity. It has caused so many events throughout history, but it has recently shown a decline in the 20th century. And a research article on Gallup on March 25th of 2024 reveals that many religions in America are in a decline of religious practice from 42% in 2000 to 2003, now it's only being 30% in 2021 to 2023. And there's many reasons for that. Now people are valuing science and rationality even more than ever, because science has proven how things work, providing evidence, providing reason behind how things work, such as psychology being a huge one on. We understand why we act the way we are. We understand why we act the way we do on certain events, certain things. We also value individualism and the importance of respecting another's decision. In this era, we're more accepting than ever of different people's backgrounds, religions, ethnicity, no matter what, that we shouldn't treat them any different from how we are. And to wrap all this up, by understanding the relationship between religion and morality, we learn religious teachings gives us a foundation for moral guidance, its influence on human rights, and its decline for rationality, science, and other values in our modern era. We see how different religions provide clear moral guidelines to live life and the consequences if you break those laws. We also see how it influences our decisions in the real world by shaping social norms. And finally, we see its the influence on religious decline for valuing others more than ever. And to answer the question I asked at the very beginning, what does it mean to be morals? I say that the answer provided by Very Well Minds gives us a perfect answer, because no matter what, it is impossible to define what is right versus what is wrong, because as humans advance, we gain a new definition for that. We gain new acceptance, new things come out, so it's never a just one answer type of question. Here are my cards.